a dedicated doctor who became trapped in floodwaters on his way home to Brisbane after treating patients in Rockhampton, has been identified as one of 13 people who during Queensland's extreme weather event. Rheumatologist Alex Klestov's car was washed away on the Brisbane Valley Highway near Glen Esk, about 60 kilometres northwest of Brisbane, during southeast Queensland's rain bomb on February 27. Police divers located his body in Paddy Gully Creek 2 days later. His son Peter said his 76-year-old father wanted to retire about a decade ago, but was concerned about his patients amid a shortage of rheumatologists in Queensland, particularly in regional areas. He felt a duty, I guess, to just keep going. That was his dedication, Peter said. He loved what he did. His life was rheumatology. Leaves a large hole in medical field. Dr. Klestov's area of expertise was in the diagnosis and treatment of musculoskeletal pain and associated dysfunction. He worked for Queensland Health until 2013, previously serving as the Royal Brisbane and Women's Hospital Director of Rheumatology, and later setting up a private practice that was based in Brisbane. Dr. Klestov also consulted in Bundaberg and Rockhampton. The Australian Rheumatology Association's Queensland President Laurel Young said Dr. Klestov's had left quite a large hole in the profession. There are a lot of rheumatologists across Australia who will work beyond 70 because the need is still there, Dr. Young said. It's about feeling that they should still do it because there's not enough people to take their place. The fact that he was working up until 76 is phenomenal. An extremely respected colleague. Dr. Klestov was the second eldest of 8 siblings. His grandfather escaped from the Bolshevik regime in Russia, settling in Harbin, China, where Dr. Klestov was born. The family fled Harbin during the Cultural Revolution and emigrated to Australia in the 1950s. At the time, Dr. Klestov was still a young child. Peter said his father, who spoke fluent Russian, arrived in Australia as poor can be and unable to speak English, but within a year, he was the top student in his class. It's honestly a real Australian dream story, in many ways, Peter said. Dr. Klestov went to the University of Queensland on a scholarship, where he met longtime friend Kon Drozdovsky. He was a person who wanted to help people, Mr. Drozdovsky said. He was good company. I've never seen him get angry. Dr. Klestov's family, including daughters Catherine and Elizabeth, have received hundreds of messages about their father's generosity since he was extremely respected in both the medical and the Russian community, his son said. There are all these stories coming out about, your father helped me early on in my medical career, or your father was the only one that stood up for me and saved my career, or your father helped me with some money issues. He never really told us any of this stuff. I'm just getting all these emails. It's very humbling. I guess he just got on with it and kept a lot of his goodness to himself, in many ways. Dr. Klestov is survived by his 3 children and granddaughter, Chloe.